African drums are talking. The throbbing drums beat out their rhythmic music as the jungle seethes and bristles with unseen life. Juju is abroad tonight, and the listener knows that out in the Juju Grove there will be grisly rituals taking place. And by morning, there will be one less native in the land. But listen, the booming of the drums brings you a story of Africa. Seeking in Africa for a lost people, Professor Anton Edwards and his party follow the directions of a talking, mummified head. A head that speaks a language he's been studying with another man for years. But the directions the talking head gave them led them into difficulties, and the professor became a little suspicious. On climbing a circular range of mountains, they find themselves on the edge of an extinct volcanic crater. An earthquake starts them sliding into the crater. Reaching the bottom, they discover the place to be inhabited by a medieval people who are ruled by the priests in cruelty and fear. Unfortunately, the professor's party killed 2 sacred apes, and the priests have vowed to put them to death for the sacrilege. But the queen of the people, in a secret interview, begs the professor to wrest her country from the power of the priests. The professor's party now is awaiting the summons to appear before the high priest in the hall of the Temple of the Rock, when the talking head delivers a message.
What's the head saying, sir?
Nothing very important, Jack, except that it confirms an opinion I've had ever since we were taken prisoners on that hill.
You sounded a little upset just now.
Yes, perhaps I did. Let's get together on this, Jack. The priests have decided to sacrifice us in this sacred rock contraption of theirs. And apparently, from what the Queen says, it's worked from a big cross that stands on the altar.
How do you know that, Father?
She said immediately the high priest turned the cross to face the victim, the 2 sides of the rock closed and crushed the poor creature to death. That means the cross is the lever that controls the awful device.
Well, that's clear enough. It must be worked with a very powerful spring.
I doubt if they know anything about springs, Jack. But there's another thing we know. That the rock, once closed, is never opened in front of the people. Now, if we can get that rock to close before we're in it, they'll have to put off the sacrifice and give us time to think up another one.
But how can you do that? The cross that controls it will be heavily guarded.
This cross is evidently a relic of old Crusader days. If so, it's undoubtedly made of solid iron. A well-placed rifle bullet at the extreme end of one of the arms would soon turn it and spring the trap.
Say, that's perfect, sir. But you'll have to be careful to hit it in the right spot. It may swing only one way.
Yes, I've thought of that. But I think we can overcome it with our field glasses.
Oh, you mean there'll be a part of the altar cut away for it to swing?
Yes. I doubt if the priests allow the people to get near enough to see how it works. But glasses will offset that.
Well, that's fine, sir. But what if they decide to get rid of us some other way?
Then, as I said before, backs to the wall and let them have it.
Heavens, it's getting dark already. There seems to be no twilight in this place at all.
They'll be here for us soon. I hope they don't try to take the guns away from us. We'll be cooked properly if they do.
They won't. They don't understand the use of them. And I don't think they'll take Unguru's spear. The guards are probably all wearing armor and feel perfectly safe.
How about light, Father? You'll need plenty of light to make that shot.
They'll have some sort of oil lamps and tallow candles in there. But if there's not sufficient light, Jack, throw the flashlight directly on the cross.
Well, that'll make them sit up and take notice without anything else.
Well, let's sit down and wait. We may have some quick thinking to do shortly.
Oh, heavens, that awful head seems to want to talk at the most inopportune moment.
What did it say, sir?
I didn't quite catch it. Wait a minute, it may speak again. Yeah. Talking about revenge. Yes, just what I thought. Revenge. I should have realized it before, but... Well, nothing...
Father, look.
Don't be frightened, Lorna. It's all right.
Well, they've come for us. Let's get it over with. You youngsters follow me. Lorna first, and then Guru will bring up the rear. Come on. And whatever you do, don't let go of your rifles.
Buana.
Well, Nguru?
Nguru, snake woman, lead way. Huh?
Pana, you old fighter, do as I say. You guard the rear. Wait for my word.
Aye, Buana.
Oh, what a beautiful place. Gives me the shivers, though.
I don't wonder. They evidently mean us to stand here. Jack, there's the rock.
Great heavens, sir. What a murderous-looking thing.
Oh, look at those horrible marks inside the cave. Oh.
Don't look at them, Lorna. Keep your mind on what we have to do. Try and think how many people are here.
At least 70,000, Jack. I've never seen such a huge place in my life. There's the cross right in the center on a raised dais.
Shall I put the glasses on it? There's plenty of light.
Yes. See what you can see. The priests haven't come in yet.
Will the queen be here, Father?
Hush. We're not supposed to know there is a queen.
Oh.
She probably sits on that carved stone chair. This place is packed with priceless antiques.
I found it, sir. That right arm moves away from us, and the left comes this way. A part of the rock in which it's embedded has been cut away to the left. That shows it swings this way.
That's fine, Jack.
There's a light coming out of the tunnel. Look.
Behold ye, the ruler of the rock. Hold up thy hands and bow thy heads, ye people of the city of the rock. The queen approacheth.
It's the queen. Oh, doesn't she look lovely?
Those fellows in armor walking with her must be our friends. Look, there come the priests.
That's the high priest, the one with the long beard. Look at his little cruel eyes feasting themselves on us. Dirty rat.
What is it?
The high priest taking his place on the floor in front of the queen. This is where the argument starts.
Can you hear what he's saying?
No, but I can tell by his gestures what he's saying. There, he's pointing an accusing finger at us. He's come to the part where our little medicine killed the sacred apes.
Good Lord, the people must be with him. The bloodthirsty hypocrite.
The queen's interrupting him.
Yes, the good foolish woman. I wish you'd let him go ahead and start his game. There, look. He's standing back. He's going to put the vote to the people. Listen.
That's done it, sir.
The queen's looking around anxiously at us, Father. When are you going to do something?
Plenty of time, Lorna. Wait until the old bird starts his miracles, and I'll go him one better, the dirty hound. I'll make him wish that rock was any place but here.
Have you changed your plans, sir?
No. I'll close the rock all right. Watch. He's going to start the show.
He's going towards the rock.
Yes, that's a part of the ceremony. He goes there to show the people that the rock won't close on a priest, only on its chosen victims. In a moment, he'll wish he'd never been born, the murdering devil.
What are you going to do?
Catch him in his own trap. Let go my arm, you fool.
You can't shoot now, sir.
It's justifiable homicide, you idiot. Watch.
Oh, how horrible. Oh, Jack.
Don't worry, dear. Your father had to do that to save us from the same fate. He was quite right.
Where's Father going?
Listen. He's going to talk to them. The guards are afraid to touch him.
Ye people of the city of the rock, hearken ye and learn. No harm shall befall thee. Wilt thou be murdered one by these who call themselves priests? They are but cast in one mold and measure with one rule. They say and do naught but that which increases their power, and they feed upon the wrappings of witchcraft.
Is Father safe out there, Jack? He's only got Nguru with him. Those guards might start something any minute.
Look, they're standing back to back. Keep your rifle ready, Lorna. We may have to shoot quickly.
And so I say unto you, these things thy sons and daughters. Depart unto thy houses and ponder that which I have spoken. For the power of these false gods is at an end.
They're backing over this way.
Look, one of the priests. He's going after them with a knife. Oh, Ngoro!
That's another one gone where they just sent us. The spear went right through his throat.
Into the room we came from. Hurry.
You go on, sir. Lorne and I will cover you.
Careful, that crowd looks rough.
Here's the queen coming. Shall we let those guards of hers in with her?
I guess so. Come on, they'll follow us. Everybody else seems to be going the other way.
Oh, you know, Jack, I believe I'm going to faint.
If you do anything like that, now that the worst is over, I'll disown you. Here we are.
Fine, Lorna. You stuck it out well. Come, sit down, child.
The Queen's coming this way, sir.
Good. She'll probably know what's likely to happen next. Those priests look ugly to me. So the snake woman had her kiss after all, Nguru, eh?
Aye, Bwana. Smell 'em more blood soon.
Here's the Queen, sir.
O great man, thou hast kept thy word. But in truth upon the morrow shall we have war. The priests are fleeing into the hills, taking many followers, yet are many faithful to me.
What is the number of thy followers?
They number 30,000, and they clamor for thee to lead them in battle against the hosts of the priests. For so reads the prophecy, rivers of blood shall run ere happiness settles upon the land. Art thou ready, great fighter?
Aye, noble woman. I am ready.
African drums are talking. The slow, rhythmic throb beats its message over jungle and swamp, through forest, across waterless belt, with village after village taking up the beat to bring you a story of that land where anything can happen. Africa. Professor Anton Edwards and his party, while searching in Africa for a lost people, have followed the directions of a talking, mummified head that speaks a language the professor and another man have been studying for many years. But the head guided them into difficulties, and the professor became a little suspicious. The party descends into a huge volcanic crater and finds a medieval people who are ruled in cruelty by the priests. The professor and Jack have killed 2 sacred apes, and the priests vow to put the party to death. The queen of this people begs the professor to wrest her country from the power of these cruel rulers, and when the party is called to trial, Professor Edwards kills the high priest, thereby bringing about a state of civil war between those loyal to the queen and the forces of the priests. In the queen's palace, the professor and his party await the arrival of the queen to discuss plans.
But, Father, why does the queen insist that you command her forces?
There is a legend in her family, my dear, which she thinks amounts to a prophecy. That the country will never know happiness until a stranger shall put an end to the power of the priests. You wouldn't want me to back out, dear, would you?
Oh, of course not, Father. But I wish you could direct the battle from a distance.
How are you going to line the force up, sir?
I wish I knew the lay of the country. I'd be better able to form an opinion.
Perhaps they have a map.
Probably a crude affair if they have one at all.
Well, the Queen said we'd have 30,000 men to throw into the field.
And the priests have 40,000. And they're all fanatics. Well, if we can choose the right spot to meet them, we might offset that.
Bwana, great lady, she come.
The queen, Father.
Oh, all right. Nguru, lady come for war, shouty.
Aye, Bwana. Nguru smell 'em plenty blood.
Oh, shut up, you black heathen, and guard that door.
Aye, Bwana. Moga, O Queen.
Don't be afraid of him, Your Majesty.
Thy black servant hath a fierce aspect, O great man.
Aye, madam. Yet is his heart as true as his looks be fierce. He's a great fighter.
Great Scott. What's that outside the door?
Nguru, open and see what he's doing.
Bwana, man, he come.
Let go his neck. You're choking him.
Bwana, he
This
come.
man hath a message for me, but thy God is true to his trust.
Drop him, Nguru.
Aye, Bwana.
If thou hast brought the map, lay it open upon and depart.
Map. Good. That's what I wanted. Nguru, be more gentle next time.
Aye, Bwana.
This map hath been compounded for thy benefit. See, here lie the hills in which the priests have their forces.
It looks about 30 miles from here. If this represents the city, sir.
Thy finger lieth upon the city.
Then that's right. What does this line signify?
There lies the river. 'Tis but a stream at this season.
And this?
A forest of low trees. Here lie rocks to the right.
That is all, old lady. Thy forces shall advance to this point before the river and await my coming. Should the enemy attack, 'tis the most likely place to meet him.
Thou art a wise man. For should they advance to the city, their greater number shall prevail. Here the land narroweth, and here shalt thou meet those forces and drive them before thee till the spirits of my ancestors shall rejoice. Return victorious, O great stranger, or upon the shields of the vanquished, farewell.
Well, I don't like that part about returning on the shields of the vanquished.
Hmm.
Exactly what did she mean, Father?
It's evidently a custom, my dear.
I think I know. It'll mean that you're wounded or...
Exactly. Now forget about it.
Don't worry, Lorna. This isn't the first war in which your father set a command.
I know, but this isn't the same. A good, clean bullet hole is one thing, but those great, huge swords, oh...
If you don't stop getting the horrors, young woman, I'll pack you right out of here. Now, we've work to do. Come on, Jack. Let's get at it.
All right, sir.
How many troops have we?
20,000 foot soldiers and 10,000 horse.
Yeah. The infantry use spear and sword, eh?
And they carry huge shields, sir.
Fine. Now, we've got to split them up and cover the neck of ground just this side of the river. That forest will protect our left flank and the rocks the right.
Then they'll have to cross the river before meeting us.
Yes. Now, in the center, mark this on the map, Jack.
Yes?
In the center, 10,000 spearmen will form the main body in squares. Flank them with 3,500 cavalry each side. How's that look?
Looks useful, sir. But that won't fill out the ground.
I know. Split 7,500 infantry, and that makes 3,750 on each wing, and a little to the front. That's it. Now support them with 700 cavalry each.
How about main supports?
The remainder of the infantry and cavalry in rear of main body.
That makes about 2,500 spears and 1,500 horse, roughly.
That'll do. We'll have to leave the rest to the separate commanders.
Which force will you take, sir?
The cavalry on the right center. You'll be with me. And Guru will have the time of his bloodthirsty old life.
Why? How's that, sir?
He's going to command the main body of foot soldiers. He can show them what he wants by gestures. Come on, let's go.
Oh, Father, I don't want to be foolish, but...
There, child. I know your feelings, but your old father has come out of worse scraps than this one. Come on. Let's see you smile, eh?
It isn't the fighting I'm afraid of. It's the awful waiting I'll have to do.
You'll be with the Queen all the time, my dear. And she'll be just as anxious as you are, so you can hang on to each other's necks.
I can't see the Queen doing that for anybody, can you?
No, Jack, I can't. She's the bravest woman I've ever seen. Sorry I got a bit silly.
The lady's waiting for you, Lorna. You're to go straight to her rooms. Goodbye, dear. See you tonight.
Bye, Dad. Bring home the bacon.
That's the girl. You know, Lorna, well, I've told you so many times you ought to know by now. Bye, sweetheart.
Bye, darling.
This slope is marvelous, Jack. The spot made for us. I wonder where they'll start the attack.
That's a formidable group facing our right wing, but they'll have to cross the river and tire themselves first.
Bwana, this day, Nguro happy.
Aye, old warrior. This day the snake woman shall kiss her fill. Shake hands.
Huh.
Now catch him, Kazi.
Aye, Bwana. Good fight this day. I go. Fast.
Lord, but I hope nothing happens to him, Jack. I'm very fond of him. He won't let up until they're running or he's dead.
I've heard that same sort of thing said about you, sir.
Yeah. Well, I've gotten a lot of wisdom since then, young man. But it certainly is great to feel a good horse between my knees again. I wonder if a charge holds the same thrill for me as it used to.
Oh, look. There's a line of cavalry breaking loose from their main body. They're attacking, sir.
No, not yet. That's a skirmish line to draw us out. Hold! Yeah, they want to move us, Jack. That's one thing we must avoid. See? They're going back across the river.
There's a movement on the left. More cavalry, sir. Use your glasses.
Yeah, you've got a sharp eye, Jack. Where's that trumpeter?
Here he is.
Sound your trumpet.
They've broken away. About 4,000 of them.
Coming straight for the river, too. Well, as they hit the water, what's that left center cavalry of ours? There they go.
They're in wedge formation, sir, about 3/4 of them. Look, they're swerving out and away. There's something wrong. They're pulling out.
No, watch. Back they come, see? Tip of the wedge will catch them dead in the middle of that line. Look!
They've hit him. They've gone through and split the force in two.
Yeah, that'll give them something to think about.
The wedge is curling around. Look, they're turning.
They're flying across the river again in disorganized parties. Trumpeter, take hold of horse.
Our right wing's going to be attacked. Can't we fall on them? Now they're crossing the river. It's a huge force, sir.
No, let them keep their squares. Waves of horse will hold them up. Hold her there! Away, away!
There they go. That won't stop them, sir. There are too many.
Never mind. They'll keep them busy for a while. Here comes the main body. We've got to meet them, Jack. You see that huge fellow leading them?
Yes, sir. It's one of the priests.
Take him off. It'll make them wonder. Ah, good shooting, boy. Keep picking the leaders off as they come up. I'll take the heart out of them. Look at Nguru in the center. Ah, he's a fighting fool.
Can't we get in, sir? The center's giving away.
Not yet. Our time's coming.
That's for the reserve, sir.
Yes. Are you ready for a charge, Jack?
Yes, sir. All ready to go.
Use your revolver, and when it's empty, swing that sword like blazes. Here we go. Hola! Hola! Away! Away!
You all right, Jack? Yes, sir. That was great.
They run.
It's turned them back yet. That charge did it, Jack. They're on the run.
I go, Buana.
Hapana! Ngoro, you stay here.
Buana. Fight no finish.
Yes, it has. So as you're told. You're covered with blood now. What more do you want?
There's a man coming up, sir. He seems badly wounded.
That's the fellow we saved from the apes. What does he want?
Oh, Lord. Lord, return to thy woman.
Eh?
The Queen. The Queen is to be murdered at sundown. Treachery. In the palace.
Where did you learn this? Speak.
From a dying man. It hath been planned, and even now they await the setting sun. Oh.
Why? He's dead, sir.
Yeah.
Lorna, what can we do? The sun will set inside an hour.
If we ride like blue blazes, we might get there in time. Come on, Ngoro. We've got another battle to fight.
On and on boomed the drums through mile after mile of unexplored jungle to bring you a story of Africa. The battle between the forces of the Queen and those of the false priests has ended in victory for the professor, who is directing the Queen's army. The enemy is routed and taking refuge in the hills. As the professor, Jack, and Nguru watch the closing scenes of the battle, they're informed by a dying man that the Queen and Lorna at the palace are in serious danger. The three set out quickly to defend the women.
We ought to be inside of the palace as soon as we get over this hill.
Yes, there are the turrets. Pull over there. Oh, pull up, Jack. Get back out of sight quickly. Keep this side of the ridge.
There's a force surrounding the outer palace wall. Do you think they saw us, sir?
I hope not.
No battle, Buana. Huh?
It certainly looks like it, Nguru. I should have known those priests would try to get at the Queen behind our backs.
How are we going to get through those lines?
I don't know, Jack, but we've got to get through. We haven't time to wait for our own forces to come up.
Buana, ride 'em plenty quick, Boma Gate, huh?
No, Nguru. We can't charge through that lot. There's too much open space to cross. They'd square up to meet us. That's out.
Look at that rock. It's moving.
Careful, Jack. Covered with your rifle while I look around. must be someone behind it. Keep your eyes on it. Maybe we're ambushed.
Mo devil, huh?
Why, it's an old man. That rock was a covering of a cave entrance. He's seen us.
Master!
He's beckoning to us. Keep him covered, Jack. It might be a trap. Come on, we'll see what he wants.
I think I've seen that old fellow at the palace with the queen.
Yes, he's one of the trusted few. I wonder what...
I bring thee greetings from Her Majesty the Queen. Thy approach was seen from the turrets, and I was sent to guide thee by the secret way, for the palace is surrounded.
Secret way, eh? There's no time to waste. Down you get, Jack. You and Guru. The horses will have to be left here, evidently.
This is luck.
Is the Queen and my daughter safe?
Her Majesty and thy daughter are safe. But the enemy clamors at the palace gates, and we are but few.
Wana, we go for hole like fox, huh?
Yes. In you go, Jack. And you, Unguru.
Wana, Unguru.
No argument, you black sinner. Get in there.
The lamp still burns brightly. Enter, Lord, while I seal the opening.
Pretty dark in here, sir. However, that lamp helps some. Wonder which part of the palace this leads to.
Goodness knows. It's been well made, though. I can stand upright in it.
This secret passage was made for men of thy stature, Master. Many hundreds of years ago it was made for such a time as this.
There's a door right ahead.
Press thy hand to the rock that juts over thy head.
This?
See? It opens. The steps lead to the Queen's chamber.
Well, let's hurry. It won't take them long to get through those outer gates.
More doors here.
A guard stands beyond. Wait.
Password.
Dio Lo Vault. We are now in a secret wall of the palace, Master. In a moment, we will reach the panel that opens into the chamber.
Did you hear the password he gave, sir?
Yes. The Crusaders' motto. Oh, confound this narrow passage. In the walls, did he say?
Wana, this way for rat, no fox.
We'll be out of it soon, I think.
Master, it's here.
Here they are. Oh, I'm so glad you've come. Are you all right, Father? And you, Jack?
Of course we're all right, my dear.
Question is, are you all right, Lorna?
Oh, yes.
We had a message that you were
Never mind about that now, Jack. Her Majesty is waiting for news, I know.
Yes, great man. We have waited anxiously. Is all well?
The forces of the false priests have been scattered. These without the gates must be treated likewise.
I have but 50 men to combat 200. Look from this window. The gates must shortly fall. What few men we have must retreat behind the doors of the palace.
Looks bad. It'll be some time before our forces return.
Father, look. There's a white man leading them.
Eh?
At least I mean a man in European clothes.
Lorna's right, sir. Take these glasses. See him? Riding along and giving directions?
Yes, I see him. Well, that clears up many things. But I still don't know how he got here.
Do you know who it is?
Yes. That isn't Lamberti. I'm very much mistaken. Take a good look, Lorna.
Yes, Father. Yes, that's the man who was giving orders to the witch doctors when they made us prisoners on that hill by the river.
Yes. I think he's been the cause of most of our troubles. I guessed as much when you described him before.
That man, he is an enemy of thine?
Yes, Your Majesty, a personal enemy. Very clever man, but I think he's insane. Yet I still don't see how he came down into this country.
Probably the same way we did.
Of course. Don't you remember I told you I saw someone else sliding down when we started?
Maybe that's the answer.
Oh, they've blown the gates in, sir.
More of Lamberti's tricks. He always could make explosives out of practically nothing. There he goes, riding off.
Well, he's opened the way for them. See how they're pouring into the courtyard.
Get back, everybody. They may send a few arrows up this way.
Oh, there's that awful head, Father. I brought it here because...
Yes, listen. If I'm not mistaken, we'll learn something that... Edward.
What?
I hope you're listening to me.
It's Lamberti's voice. Coming from the talking head.
Your father is probably dead by now. I wanted the pleasure of seeing him die, but evidently it was not to be. So I shall be there to see you die instead, Miss Edwards.
Juana, white man voice from head.
Yes, Nguru. I've known it ever since we camped by the river. The head is one of Lamberti's inventions, but that doesn't help us now. Lamberti doesn't know we're here, Jack. That means that he doesn't know the result of the battle.
But how about the talking head, sir?
Lamberti fooled me, Jack. If you remember, Lamberti and I were working on that language together when the break came.
Yes?
The talking head is nothing but an ultra-modern radio of some sort. He's been trying to lead me into a trap in a part of the country where he could dispose of me and he wouldn't be suspected. He almost got us up on that hill.
But the head's been talking since then.
Yes. The man evidently didn't think I suspected the trick. Although I ceased following directions.
What a radio, sir. How does he get the power
He
to...
takes electricity out of the air. The man's a genius. I haven't had a chance to take the thing to pieces and look it over. I will if we get out of the situation alive, though.
They're battering the doors down.
If we can only hold them off until our own forces get back.
What's Lamberti up to now with his explosives? He's not with the crowd out there.
That explosion seemed to come from underground.
The secret passage. Perhaps they have...
Someone must have told Lamberti of the passage. That's where he went. He's removing those doors with that infernal explosive of his. He's a madman, Jack.
Then he might blow up the palace.
He might if he thought I was in it. But he's after Lorna now. We'll have to let him come up and try to deal with him then.
But good Lord, sir, we daren't let him.
Hello. What's that shouting for?
Over the hill there. Look.
Those are our men returning. If the palace door holds out for another 15 minutes, we'll be... So. The eminent Professor Edwards is alive yet, eh? Lamberti, eh? Yes. Lamberti. The faker, as you once called him. You should have guarded your secret passage a little better. I've waited a long time for this, Edward. Yes, I suppose you have. Now, don't come too close. See this wooden flask I have in my hand? Yes, my friend. One of our little hobbies. It contains a powder that explodes upon contact with atmosphere. The stopper is tied around my neck, and if by any chance my hand falls away, the stopper is naturally pulled out. So you see, shooting me would do you no good. In that case, you will go with us too. Of course, under the circumstances, I had planned otherwise, but...
Snake woman! Lorna, are you safe?
Yes, but where's Father?
Here. Is the Queen safe?
I am not harmed. Thy warrior is.
Guru.
My boy.
What in the name of... Oh, well. I guess it was the only way.
But what happened?
Nguru threw his spear at Lamberti.
No, Jack. Nguru threw his spear at the flask of explosive and carried it through the opening in the wall into the secret passage. That's why we're all alive now. The main force of the explosion was taken in the tunnel.
Snake woman sleep, Juana.
Yes, Nguru. This snake woman has kissed her fill and sleeps well.
What does he mean, Jack?
His spear is no more. It was blown to atoms.
Poor Nguru. Oh, Father, your arm.
It's nothing, my dear. Just some skin off, I guess.
Great man, how can a queen thank thee for thy work? Thou art of another world, I know.
Tell me, Your Majesty, is there a way through the rock that binds your kingdom round?
If departure is thy wish, then must my sorrow give it room. Yes, there is a way, but no man hath returned to speak of its dangers. Through that passage come what the priests have called the sacred apes.
I knew it. Those apes belong to the outside world. Well, children, it looks as if we'll be on our way soon, right?
Okay, sir.
Where's Lamberti? Oh, under that pile of stones. Where's the talking head, Jack? I wanted
It's
to...
crushed, sir. crushed under that fallen wall.
Gone, eh? Priceless secrets. The inventions of a madman. All lost to the world.
African drums are talking. The white man, listening, shivers to the booming rhythm. Atavistic memories taunt him. The drums of his druid ancestors take up the beat again in his subconsciousness after 1,000 years of silence. This is a land of mysterious rites, of devil dances and witchcraft. Out of the jungle comes a story of Africa. Professor Anton Edwards, in Africa with his daughter, his assistant, and Nguru, a huge native prince, is searching for a remnant of the lost Atlantean race. Following the directions of a preserved human head that talked, they descended into an extinct volcano and found an old civilization where they were condemned to death by the high priest. With the help of the queen, the professor caused the people to revolt and overthrow the priests. The talking head was discovered to be the invention of a madman who sought their destruction and followed them in all their travels. He is killed attempting to blow up the palace. With the riddle of the talking head solved, Professor Edwards decides to gain the outside world by braving the dangers of a dark passage that leads through the high cliffs which surround this sunken kingdom. It is early morning as our friends walk their horses over a knoll that will bring them in sight of the cave known as the Passage of the Rock.
You didn't forget that grass rope we made, did you, Jack?
No, sir. Nguru has it.
What's the rope for, Father?
Yes, one of the most useful things to have, my dear, when going into unknown country. Never be without a rope in Africa, and you'll save yourself a lot of... Halt, everyone! Pull up! Oh, what?
Well, can you beat that?
What? The whole army's drawn up at the foot of the cliff.
Looks more like the whole population.
Well, no wonder the city was so quiet when we left it this morning.
What's it all for?
Evidently a send-off for us. I thought we were going to slip away quietly. That's why I wanted all goodbyes said yesterday.
They must have had secret orders to meet out here. We didn't hear any marching last night.
Well, they expect a show, I suppose. We'll have to gallop up in approved style and...
Shoot off a few rounds, sir?
No, better not do that. They don't take kindly to firearms. Besides, we must conserve what ammunition we have. Might need it all.
Wana. Nguru no have snake woman for Shauri Palaba.
No, Nguru. I think I miss that huge spear of yours as much as you do. You'll have to rely on my war club from now on, old fellow.
What's Nguru sounding so sad about?
He hasn't his huge spear for the big parade.
Buana. Naona. Snake woman.
What's that?
Well, for Pete's sake. He's carrying the bent spearhead with him.
So you did go after it, you old sinner, eh?
Plenty good medicine, Buana.
But it's all twisted by the explosion.
Nevertheless, it's still good medicine, Lorna. I somehow thought he'd dig it out from under the ruins. That spearhead has a peculiar history. Well, they're waiting for us down there.
What are the orders, sir?
Full gallop and pull up short in front in approved Western style. All set?
Right.
Here we go. Dismount. Queen's waiting for us.
Great man, my people, knowing of thy intention, have gathered to bid thee a fitting farewell.
You do us great honor, madam. More than we deserve.
Thou hast freed my people from a rule of blood and fear. Thou hast given back to me the kingdom that was taken from my ancestors. Thou hast endangered thyself 100 times, and yet asked no reward.
To see happiness in the faces of your people is reward enough for us, madam.
Oh, thou art a man, and the great God of my ancestors hath a reward in store for thee. Thou hast set thy face toward the dark passage of the rock, from whence no traveler hath ever returned. This is thy final decision?
It is, great queen.
Then shall a picked guard of my soldiers accompany thee into the darkness of the unknown.
She's offering us a guard, Jack.
Your father will never take it. See there, he's refusing the offer. The Queen doesn't seem to like it.
That's Father. If he thinks there's any danger, he won't drag anyone else in unless it's necessary. Is that opening in the cliff the passage of the rock, as they call it?
Yes. Doesn't look very inviting, does it?
It does not. But it gives me the creeps to look at it. I wonder how far we'll have to travel once we get in before we reach daylight again.
Heavens only knows. But we've plenty of torches. Your father's beckoning to us.
Jack. Lorna. Her Majesty wishes to say something to you both.
My children, for thou art children to me, brave children. My people and I have no words of sufficient weight to bespeak our gratitude. We can only bow to thy wishes and pray for thy safety. May I hold each of thy hands in mine for a moment?
Of course.
Certainly.
There. May the God of my ancestors go with thee always. And now the great black warrior who himself is a prince.
Unguro.
Aye, Buana.
Palava.
Muga, O Queen.
Thou art a great and mighty fighter. In saving my life, thou didst sacrifice a weapon that was dear to thy heart. Therefore shalt thou carry a sword that hath been handed down to me from ancestor to ancestor. Thy mighty hand shall wield it to further victory.
A crusader's sword.
What a huge thing.
Within this pommel of iron lieth an holy relic, placed there in reverence many hundreds of years past. Thy fighting heart will keep the quality of its tradition. I gird its trappings about thee. So, take it. Use it in good cause, and it will never fail thee.
Asante Sana.
Unguro gives you his thanks, Your Majesty. He is a man of few words and many deeds.
He's taking it out of the scabbard. Oh, what a beauty.
But isn't it too big to use in a fight, Jack?
For an ordinary man, yes, but not for Nguro. Watch him test the balance and swing. Wow, I'd hate to be in the path of that.
Buana, it is good. Nguro, Snake Woman say, Asante.
Your Majesty, this sword, fashioned for a mighty arm, could find no better champion in the cause of right. The prince has looked upon it and finds it good. He says both his dead spear and himself give you thanks.
An arrow!
Someone shooting arrows from the cliff, sir.
That arrow was meant for you, Your Majesty. Evidently, there are some followers of the priests left.
Another one.
Madam, please stand this side of the horse. It will protect you.
Nay, I hide from no man.
They're getting nearer.
Buana, Nauna.
He means that bush sticking out of the cliff face way up there. I thought I saw a movement there, too. Use your glasses, sir.
Yes, there is someone there. I can make out
I see him. Look out, there's another coming.
Oh,
Gosh, that was close.
Give me your small rifle there, Lorna. The beggar's perched very precariously up there. I think I can bring him down. What do you make the range, Jack?
It's deceiving, sir. Those arrows come from a height.
Yeah, that's why he's able to get so much distance. He's shooting out and dropping them. Well, here goes.
You got him, sir. He's falling.
Yeah. I'm afraid he won't have any more murderous intentions now.
Oh, that was horrible. Great man, this to me is magic. Yet thou hast assured me it is but an invention of the outside world.
It is, madam.
Couldst thou not teach my people the secret of this weapon that kills through space ere thy departure?
Your Majesty, I have thought on that subject at great length, and have concluded that such an action would only increase your troubles.
How can that be? Is it not of great value?
In the country from whence I come are many who, because of this invention, must live in constant hiding. It has made killing too easy. In the hands of an angry man, it is more dangerous than the sword. For the subject of his anger has no means of protection. Flight is of no avail. And those who live by crime and thievery have prospered to its uses. Need I say more, Your Majesty?
Nay, it is sufficient. Thou art a just and honest man. Go thy ways. And if there be an outlet to the passage of the rock, then do I pray that thou shalt find it speedily. I bid thee all farewell, and the God of my ancestors go with thee.
Thank you, Your Majesty. Farewell. All set, people?
All set, sir.
Then let's go. It's footwork from now on.
Well, why so quiet, Lorna?
I think I'm a little sad, Jack. Sad to be leaving that lovely woman. She seems to be so lonely.
But she has her own people. They all seem devoted to her.
Yes, I suppose so. Maybe I'm silly to think that way. Heavens, doesn't that awful yawning cave look forbidding?
Yeah, what do you make of the rock formations around the cave mouth, Jack?
Basalt, principally, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very coarse. There's some rhyolite and spongy-looking stuff.
There's quite a lot of rock that's new to me.
Yeah, see the andesite? We must be at least 3 miles down from the surface of the earth as we know it. Notice some of the straighter lines running vertically over the opening, eh?
Yes, they level out at the sides. Sort of a sunburst effect.
Well, that's how the cliff fell into place when this land sank out of sight. Well, here we are. Better turn around and salute the Queen before we enter the cave. Hold your rifles up over your head. All ready? Salute. Rather sorry to leave them. Fine bunch of people. And the Queen is... Well, better get along. Light one of the torches, Jack.
Right. All okay, sir?
Yeah. Well, keep close together now and don't lag.
Wana. Nguru smell 'em plenty dead.
Death?
Oh, Nguru would have to say something like that. I've got the creeps already. Oh, look at that.
Just a pile of bones, my dear.
Yes, I know.
Don't worry about those things, Lorna. Keep your eyes straight ahead.
There must be an outlet somewhere, Jack. Those great apes coming through here every so often prove it.
Wana. Nauna.
Oh, hold! What did you see, Unguru?
Man, him stand to wall. Nauna.
Yes, I see. There's someone standing close against the wall of the passage right ahead. You see, Jack?
Yes, sir. But it's barely an outline to me.
Who's there? We're friends. No movement.
Wana. Him dead.
Do you think so?
Uh-huh.
Well, keep your guns ready. We'll go forward and see.
African drums are talking. Through the long night over vast forests of mangrove and mahogany, the drum notes hover in brooding mystery, like the souls of dead warriors called from eternity by the ghostly rhythm of the ceremonial drum. It is the chant of the Juju Grove, the liturgy of the jungle. Listen. They bring you a story of Africa. Professor Anton Edwards and his little party of explorers in Africa descend into an extinct volcano and find a strange race of people. The only way for them to regain the outside world is evidently through what is called the Passage of the Rock, a dark, forbidding cavern whose yawning mouth is set in the cliffside, and through which at certain seasons the great apes roam. After some goodbye to the Queen and her people, the Professor, Lorna, Jack, and Nguru enter the cave mouth. The first torch is lighted. Suddenly, Nguru's sharp eyes make out the figure of a man leaning against the wall just ahead of them. The Professor calls, but receiving no answer, they advance, keeping the silent figure covered with their rifles.
Hold the torch higher, Jack.
Oh.
Nguru was right. He's dead.
No, I saw him move.
Yeah, the torch flickering, that's all, my dear.
Are you sure, Father?
Well, I'll make sure. Look out. Look. What? Keep away.
What happened?
Well, that body must have been standing there for years. It started to crumble as I touched it. Oh. Well, let's get on.
Oh, that was horrible.
How could the thing stand there all that time, sir?
Goodness only knows, Jack.
Notice the gradual ascent of the floor, Professor?
Wonder what part of the country we'll be in when we get out at the other end, eh?
Do you think it'll be anywhere near our camp with all the stores?
I don't see how it can be. I think we're traveling in the opposite direction.
Yes, I think so, too. But we must do all we can to remember the point where we emerge. That's vital. I want to lead a party from the academy back here, and if I can't find the place, I daren't open my mouth.
We have enough evidence of our discovery, sir.
Yeah, the only evidence I shall ever rely on is to let them see the place with their own eyes.
Father, what are those little pinpoints of light sparkling from the walls and ceiling? See them?
Yeah. Let's examine one of them, Jack.
All right.
Yeah, put the torch closer. Have to use a flashlight, I guess. Well, you would notice those things, wouldn't you? Trust a woman to see diamonds a mile off.
Diamonds?
Why, George, that would pay for an expedition back here, wouldn't it?
Yes, they're diamonds, all right. At least this one is. Can't make an impression on it with a knife.
Oh, dig it out, Father. I'd like to...
Dig it out with what? Have you got a hammer and chisel?
Well, can't you dig around it with a knife?
It's solid rock, Lorna.
Yes, it's a hard volcanic rock at that.
But can't we take any with us?
I'm afraid not, my dear. We'd have to blast them out. Come on, let's keep moving.
Oh, isn't there any way we can get some of them, Jack?
No, I don't think so, dear.
Bwana, Nguru hear water speak.
Oh, you can, eh? Well, let's get on, folks. There must be an underground river in front of us.
I can hear it now.
It must feed the river that gives the city back there its water supply.
Yes, I always wondered where it came from.
I have to light another torch, sir. This one's practically burned out.
All right. You notice we've been making a gradual ascent all the time?
Yes, and I'm about due for a rest, I think.
We'll take a spell in a moment.
Well, here's your river, Nguru.
Yeah, and here's where the rope comes in handy. Let's see, about 20 feet across, I guess, huh?
Is it very deep?
Now, you people take a rest while I test it.
Bwana, pole.
Huh? What do you see, Nguru?
No see, Bwana. Smell a mamba.
Crocodiles, eh?
What's wrong, sir?
Nguru says he can smell crocodiles.
But how could they get down under here?
Well, probably floated down with the river. Hold the torch afire. Don't see anything. Put your flashlight on as well, Lorna.
All right.
Nothing I can see there.
Probably a croc passed here recently. Well, there's a large rock out in the middle of the stream. 2 good jumps, and I can get the rope across.
Bwana, no rock. Naona, mamba.
The rock's moving.
Get back. It's a crocodile.
Oh.
Keep that beam on, Lorna.
It's rising slowly. The light did it.
Yes, wakened it.
What a huge beast.
Great Scott. I've never seen a head as large as that before. Careful, everyone. He's drifting this way.
Bwana, mamba loco.
Yes, it's seen us. Well, I'll have to shoot. Keep the light steady. Here, take my flashlight, Jack.
Okay, sir.
The eye is the only place. Don't think I got him properly. Keep back. It might try to climb out.
No, it's moving with the stream into the tunnel there.
There he goes. Too bad. I thought we were going to have some steaks for dinner.
So did the crocodile, Jack, so we're even. Well, put the flashlights out. We must save the batteries.
Bwana, naona.
Well, what is it, Nguru?
There's something moving over there, sir. The other side of the water.
Eh?
Who comes to disturb my solitude? Who comes?
Oh, for Pete's sake.
Who is it?
Bwana, it is wife o devil.
Who is it cometh with light? Answer me.
We are friends who travel through the mountains seeking an outlet to the passage of the rock.
Seeking an outlet, eh? Or I'm the of the priest.
It's an old woman. I think she's blind. At least she's not looking at us. Her head's cocked on one side, listening.
Cease thy muttering and answer. Or must I set my apes upon thee?
Oh.
Apes.
Old Mother of Time, there are no priests left in the city that lies without the rock.
What is that thou sayest? No priest left?
The people have cast them forth, and peace reigns in the city of the rock.
Then the day hath come at last. Ah, it hath come. It was written. But if there be peace in thy land, why seek ye an outlet?
We are of the outside world and journeying back to our people.
So, the stranger. It was written. Hide thy light that I may see the path over the water. Yes, there is a way.
Shall I put the torch out, sir?
No, just keep the light from shining directly on her face. Evidently, she can see in the dark. Not used to lights.
She's feeling at the bottom of the wall with her feet.
There must be a path of some sort there. Yes. Base of the wall juts out enough for a foothold.
Which woman good, Bwana? She speak 'em devil tongue.
Well, I hope the good devils tell her to show us a way out of this place.
Which is the stranger? Stretch forth thy hand that I may know thee.
Careful, sir.
That's all right, Jack. I've seen these people before. They have to make contact. Their sense of touch is better than our eyes.
Ah! It is he, as it was written. Then I have not waited in vain. The prophecy is about to be fulfilled, and I shall be free to return thence.
Is there an outlet to this passage, old mother?
Is there an outlet? Have I not waited upon thy coming to show thee the way, to lead thee out of the path of the sleep that kills? Aye, thou wert heading into it. Didst thou say thou wert journeying back to thy people?
Yes, old mother. Their cities lie many days' march beyond this rock.
Many days, sayest thou. Aye, and many days beyond that again. For before thee lie paths of danger. Thy hand hath not yet put aside the sword.
How far shall we journey before the light of the sun shall warm us again?
The sun? Take no thought of the sun. 'Tis the moon that holdeth thy destiny. Aye, the moon. Beware of the moon.
Yes, but the moon will rise and set in spite of me, old mother.
Aye, and in spite of thy child.
My child? What has this prophecy to do with my child? Speak, woman, and forget your riddles.
Patience. No harm shall befall thy daughter. No harm. Bid her stretch forth her hand that I may see more clearly.
Put your hand out, Lorna.
Better be careful, sir. I don't like this somehow.
There speaks the voice. Yes, the voice. No, it is not thy daughter the moon has cast longing eyes upon, but this young man who is near to her.
This gets worse and worse. What on earth is she talking about, sir?
I haven't the faintest idea, Jack. But evidently the future holds some excitement for us, and it's all connected with the moon in some way.
Bwana, moon daughter, maybe look little Bwana for marry, huh?
Well, that sounds more sensible.
What did Nguro say?
Well, there's an African myth which says that at certain seasons the moon sends his daughter to the earth to find husbands for themselves. So Nguro suggests it's the daughter of the moon who is going to cast longing eyes upon Jack.
Well, that's certainly more tangible. But I'd give a lot to get a good look at the moon right now.
The moon, eh? Thou shalt see the moon. It lieth beyond the sleep that kills, and that lieth beyond the water. Come, follow me.
Well, let's go, people. Take hold of my belt, Lorna.
Yes, Father.
You follow her, Jack, and then Nguro will bring up the rear.
Okay, sir.
Careful. Careful, everyone. The ledge is very narrow. Fasten yourselves against the wall and walk sideways.
Oh, what's that noise?
Those are apes. Apes right ahead of us, Jack.